Hello everyone and welcome back to Suntour Gaming. Back with another Fated series for you today, and we've got 3 matches for you. They are all in the T62A, and what makes these 3 matches phenomenal is they are back-to-back masteries. Now they may not be in order, so Fated, if they're not in order, you'll get over it. But they are one after the other masteries in the T62A. So this could be a how to 62A video, but this is in the Fated series, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there for me. Smash that like button, it helps out a lot, and we'll get right into these replays. So, starting off here, we have our first match on Rockfield. Now, he is platooned up here with Yellow Comet, also from the Prime Time clan, and this is just stellar matches, guys. Just watch these. I mean, where he's going to go to at the start here is a favourite spot for a lot of players. A lot of experienced players like using the spot, and I do recommend it. It is a great spot for mediums and light tanks to get off some very early shots into the enemy tanks. As you're going to see here, he's going to use this just little sort of bush that's sitting here, and he's just going to peek out real gently. He's not going to poke too far out. He doesn't want to get hit. Gets a nice shot there into the Ho-Ri as he's trying to go up. He's going to swap to the gold rounds here in a moment and pop another shell just into the top corner of the Ho-Ri, because why not? Now, this Ho-Ri's made the mistake by trying to pull up there without his team. Now, his team didn't push forward with him, so he's decided that's a real bad idea. That Ho-Ri's gone. He's fucked off. He's out of there. And that is good news for Fated and his teammates out on his left, because that Ho-Ri is a very dangerous tank and not something you want hidden staring at you. Now, I'm not sure what this VK90P is up to, but he is just going to get absolutely annihilated here. Now, you see Fated had the front of the tank, swapped to the gold rounds, saw that the VK was going to expose his side and switched straight back to the standard ammunition, which is exactly what you should be doing. If you have shots where you can use your standard ammunition, take them, swap back. Don't just rush your shot and fire off a shell. Use your shell types, maximize that damage. If you can get an HE shell, do it. If you can get a AP round, do it. If you can't get your standard ammo through, fire gold, screw it. It's going to do you better. I mean, even if you do lose credits, you need to. And his teammate here, he's going to be doing a lot of work, and you can see his teammate already taken off. Yellow Comet is going around the far side of the field. He's going to go after that one medium that you just saw going up towards base A. His heavy that is over there has just died though, so that means that Yellow Comet is by himself. And Fated is just going to hold this position here. He's not peeking up too high. He does want to use that turret armor. He doesn't want to end up in a crossfire or anything like that, so he is playing very patiently, very cautiously on this hill here, and it's paid off in his favor. I mean, that Ho-Ri just had a very bad game, and he's out of the game now. You can see that Fated is putting shells across into that object, not worrying about the guys that are on the left. He's got teammates to deal with them, but his teammate was against this object. Now the object's running away. Fated is able to just poke another shot into him, and as the object's running away, his teammate's able to get their full reload on, and Fated no longer needs to worry about trying to save his teammate. Now you're going to see these guys here. They're going to be trying to take out Fated, but Fated is in a hull down position. You notice he's swapping to the premium rounds just to get through the enemy 62A's turret, which is exactly what the enemy 62A should be doing as well in return. But, I mean, that's the difference right there. Make sure you've got your correct shell type in for the damage. Now, this VK90, dude, I don't know what you're doing. He looks like he's given up, to be honest. But if you're going to give up in that tank, you should just not be in tier 10 to start with. If you can't frickin' bully an enemy team in a VK90, you're playing the wrong frickin' game. You're playing the wrong game. That is the best super heavy out there, in my opinion, at the moment. Anyway, Fated has cleared him out, turns around, unlucky with the ghost shell there into the back of the T22 medium. It happens to the best of us, more so lately. But Fated realises he is starting to get crossfired out. Now, unfortunately doesn't do damage with that one, but does track the guy, buys him a little bit of time. Pulls up just far enough to overmatch the T22's hull, pulling forward again, gets a bounce off the turret, pulling back, gets another bounce because this T22 wasn't aiming, and he's kept himself alive and managed to farm out some damage here. There goes the T22, he's out of the game. His teammate has now done full laps of this map, has come up behind, and they take the win. Great work by both these guys here. And Yellow Comet, I mean, why are you driving a naked tank, dude? Put some camo on your tank. You're showing your bare metal. It's not good. Put some camo on your tank, man. Jesus. Anyway, we're getting into the results page here. Taking a little bit longer than usual. I am terribly sorry about that, guys. But, you know, we won't take too long. He does get the Ace Mastery, as it is fated masteries. Anyway, 6,191 damage, only comes out with 10,000 credits, but top of the team in damage, gets the Ace Mastery. A great match there in the T62A. And we're going to jump right into the next one here. We are on Oasis Palms for this one. Now, like I said, these are consecutive matches, so again, he is still platooned up with the Yellow Comet. This match here, guys, this is what you need to do on this map. You can see he's going out to the medium route side. He is going to push in very, very aggressively. His teammate's cutting across because he wants to get the early spots, which is fine. Now, looking at the mini-map and looking what his team is doing, a lot of people might not push in here as aggressively as Fated did. But, I mean, it does pay off for Fated. He gets up here, he gets the bounce from the 628, he damages him in return. He's backing up, making sure that this pattern is not going to jump on his side. He's going to go for another shot into this WZ here. Sorry, not 62A, my bad on that one, guys. But as soon as he sees those heavies coming in, he's backing out. He's getting himself into a safer position here. He's going to look at running away. Now, he knows he's going to take shots running away, but it's better than being stuck in that corner. And the absolute correct decision right there. Now, you can see on the minimap, his heavies over at the base circle there. His other TDs, they are sitting back here, as you can see. So, Fated has just got himself out of a very, very messy situation. He's got the IS-7, who is his armor in front of him there. He's got the TDs now behind him. And the enemy, if they want to progress on Fated here, they have to expose themselves to those TDs. Fated and Yellow Comet are going to do an amazing job from back here, just keeping the enemy lit up. As you can see, every time Yellow Comet is on a reload, he's searching around, he's looking for new avenues of attack, he's looking at different angles that he can get on these guys. Fated is just going to continue using this ridgeline, continue using the amazing turret and hull down capabilities of the 62A, and every time he is reloaded, he is looking for any shot he can. And that's what you need to do. 62A has amazing DPM. It's got like pretty damn good penetration, and quite frankly, if you're not looking for shots every time you've got to reload, you're wasting this tank's capabilities. Now, he does not want to push forward on these guys, which is correct. If he pushed forward on these guys, he would get absolutely nuked and obliterated in a matter of seconds. He is already very low hit points because of that one little mistake he made at the start, pushing too aggressively. But as you can see, this grill and this M46 pattern, they're wanting to push on him. They want to clear him out, they want to take him out, they want to hit the IS-7 as well. And great clearance there on the grill by Fated. But these guys getting overly aggressive, wanting those kills, is bringing them into the line of fire of Fated's tank destroyers, and that's exactly what Fated needs. It's what he's trying to do. He is trying to pull these guys back and get them, you know, he's using his team. He is letting them support him. Now, if he stayed up there and he tried to engage these guys, those two TDs and the light tank, who was back there sniping for some reason, would not have their guns in the game, and they would not be doing any freaking good to anybody. But Fated here, he's just going to keep using this hull, this ridge line, and Yellow Comet still just flying in out of nowhere, looking for the shots, trying to get the maximum he can out of that clip potential. Wasn't quite the right push there. It was just slightly too late to catch the guy before he retreated too far. Comet knows that. He's got his reload on, he's pissed off, he's rotating back around. Now, the great spot about where Fated is here is those guys couldn't push forward on him because they would open themselves up to the TDs, and they couldn't push in from this direction that he's now leaving in because Fated would have had the cover from the buildings on this side of him. So great work with your map positioning there, Fated. And if you guys are watching this, like, take note of just how effectively he is using the terrain and the buildings, the hard cover that he has. It's something that is key to any medium. You need to use your hard cover. You need to use your hull down capabilities. And I mean, even though in this match he's not showing too much mobility from this tank, he's moving to exactly where he needs to be at the right times. Now he's got this IS-7 who is a very good makeshift hard cover, so the M46 can't get him. Gets the clearance on the other tank there, which is very good, and he can start getting aggressive. Now you can see Yellow Comet is rotating back again to the TDs. He has just gone out towards their spawner and sort of turned them all around, which allowed Fated to be able to pull up here, get the clearance on that guy. Now these two are out of position. Yellow Comet has gone, he's back over with TD support. This E100, who has just taken a map journey, has finally caught up and is able to give Fated some help with his armor in this situation. So Fated, again, just using this heavy tank as his teammate. He's fighting second line constantly this whole match with the 62A, and it's very well done. He is not frontlining this thing as much as he can. Like, he could be more frontline, but he'd pay the price for it. So he's playing second line here. He's letting the heavies be the ones in front, taking the damage, taking the shots, which is what they're there for. Especially tanks like that E100. He is there to take the hits. Now, great shot into the Yo there. As you can see, his whole team has pushed forward. They smell blood. They know they've got the win, and that is game over. Stellar gameplay, way to control a map, even though you lost you know, control over that section of the map. You played that very well, Fated. Like, so many teams will continue to run at that point. They won't stop where you did, and it will cost them. They will lose because they run up into the buildings and then they just get sniped out from the field. Key to that map, guys, keep the field. It's gonna save your team a whole lot of hassle. 4,301 damage there with another 11,000 credit return. The Ace Mastery for number 2 of today's video. Top of the team there, and Yellow Comet coming in at 3rd. Great damage as well by the Object 268, and we're into the next match, people. So this one is on Canal, and patience is key. Patience is key. Map control is key. Knowing your tank. All of these things are shown in this match. Now, when I was first watching this, I honestly thought, well, I don't know, Fated, this could be a loss. And by all fucking means, it should have been a loss, but the enemy team done the big mistake of all bunching up in the one area and not actually making a move. And you will see that when it gets to the point, but Fated here, he's just going to pull up, he's going to use this spot here. He is hull down for the most part. Gets a nice shot into the Progetto 65, who realises he can't get a shot back into Fated because he is hull down, and it's just not going to work for him. So, great use of the hill here, great use of map positioning. His team have fully given up the rest of the map at this point, except for that one TD who is still at spawn. And you can see the enemy have noticed this, they are pushing through heavily over here. Now, Fated's done the right thing. Because the enemy are pushing through, he has to push up. By pushing up here, the enemy are not going to have shots on him when they finally get around the back, and that is going to save Fated's team. Now, that grill being there could have been very dangerous for Fated, but, I mean, it's not the best position for a grill, especially when this section of the map is the piece being contested. Now, you put a grill up there when the heavies are all out the heavy side or whatever, and it can do well, but in this situation, that's the wrong spot for a grill. It's not going to do him any good. Unfortunately, he does fluff his shot there on the Death Star, but he does not want to overextend. He doesn't want to take a nasty shot from this guy. Gets the track shot into him, gives him a little bit more time on his reload here, and you're going to see it again. He gets another track shot into him. Unfortunately, Yellow Comet gets caught on his teammate there and pays the price. The Death Star taking him out. Honestly, if I was the Death Star, I probably would have gone for the other guy to try and get maximum damage. But that's just me. my teammates, there was enough of them around, they could have quite easily, you know, dealt with it. Their grill just needed to roll over and clear out the low hit point target. Now, this is the point where the enemy start failing. They've circled the whole map, they've come in on the flank, they're doing a decent enough job at this point, but they've now stagnated, and they've stagnated out in the open. You can see Fated's team is rolling back here, they are rotating back around. Fated doesn't really want to leave this spot alone at the moment. He knows that there's still a grill over here who can potentially cause a lot of trouble for his team, so he is just going to keep an eye on the back. However, he's not going to forget about the front either. He's going to look for the shots like that one into the T110E5. Unfortunately, it does miss, but worth trying for. I mean, if you're going to snap a shot when you're crossing and you're going to reload before you engage the next set of enemies, take the snapshot. You might as well. It's not going to hurt you. Now, he realizes he's got no shots over there, so he's going to rotate back again. And I just love the use of mobility in this one. He is rotating all the time, getting those side shots in to that T110E5. He's got the 30B down here, who is way out in the open. The grill has just popped up on his side, which he notices because he's being very map aware. He's keeping an eye on the minimap. He's paying attention to the red arrows. Gets a nice shot back into the grill, even though he was hit from him as well. But that brings this grill down to a 2-shot now. This Amex 30B has clearly gone, Faded, you are too OP for this position. I'm going to rush in here and try and deal with you. But wrong move by the 30B. And again, the grill popped up. Just, that was silly by you, grill. You should have actually pushed around with your 30B and just worked with him that way. But it works out in Fated's favour here. He clears out the grill, he clears out the other tank, and he's back to farming the sides of these heavies that have just stopped. Once you're at this point, guys, there's 4 of you there. I mean, they should have just pushed in all at the same time, focused the one target, cleared them out, moved on to the next target, one after the other. They could very well have won this game. But because they didn't, they've lost this match now. And you see this E100, he's trying to flank. It's never going to work, especially when there is a tank like Fated in the 62A sitting here just keeping the back door covered basically. And this E100 is not going to have a fun game. Now Fated wants to push it on the E100, you can see it, but with the T110E5 moving out there, he is now the priority target because that is the most dangerous tank currently to Fated. And T110E5 trying to get out of there has just lost all of his hit points because this E100 backing off and trying to flank just weakened that whole position, and Fated's team done what the enemy team should have. They pushed through, they focused fire, they clipped them all out, and a great wheelie there to finish off the end of the match. Fucking stellar gameplay. I am enjoying this Fated series that we've got going here. I hope the rest of you enjoy this Fated series too. I'm enjoying these replays. I'm enjoying being able to teach you guys what I can from Fated's gameplay. He is a very good player. A lot of his stuff he does is very unorthodox, but it works. I just don't recommend trying it until you're more confident with your own gameplay. 6,425 damage, ace mastery, 3 kills, nice 37,000 credits, and until next time guys, stay safe, use cover, cheers. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me.